Hello, my name is Alex Green and this is my new YouTube channel, From Another Time, Another Place. Now, the channel itself is a new project to me. I've never done anything like this before, but we'll be looking at the film locations which were used in the James Bond films. A hobby of mine for years has been travelling around the world, and my holiday plans are generally based around locations used in the films. So it's a hobby which I've shared with friends. My friends have suggested that we set up a YouTube channel to share the content, so here we are. Now, there's already some amazing content out there, like On the Tracks of 007, The Bond Experience, Bond's Apartment, just to name a few, James Bond Radio being another. And we're not here to compete with that, but hopefully we can contribute positively to the obviously the fantastic content which is already in existence. So with this being episode 1, what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the very start for me and my first encounter with James Bond, and it was Christmas in the early 90s, and it was Roger's 5th entry, For Your Eyes Only, which was on one Christmas day. I recorded it. I must have watched it a million times since. It's still one of my favourite films. But the first location we're going to look at is a small church which is in Stoke Poges, and it's actually next to Stoke Park, which is where the golfing scenes were, or very near to Stoke Park, where the golf scenes were filmed in Goldfinger. And it's the opening sequence in the film, so it felt appropriate to start the first episode really with the first scene from a very first James Bond film, and it's where we see Roger lay the flowers for his wife who died on Her Majesty's Secret Service, Teresa Bond. So I hope you enjoy the video, and hopefully there'll be a lot more content to come. So around about here is where we see the opening of For Your Eyes Only start, and around this spot here where I'm stood is where Roger walks over to Teresa Bond's grave and lays some flowers. One thing I love about the Bond films is the continuity between the respective actors. So obviously he marries in On Her Majesty's Secret Service with George, but references then made in The Spy Who Loved Me, and again in For Your Eyes Only, which for me is Roger's best entry and the most grounded of the Roger films. So just after he's laid the flowers, the vicar comes through this sort of archway here, which looks like an entrance to a church, but it's actually an entrance in the graveyard and memorial garden, and tells Roger there's an emergency. I think we could see one of those stones, crucifix stones there, and I suspect the helicopter scene was probably filmed somewhere else, because as you can see there's probably not room in here to land a helicopter, but a bit clever editing has dealt with that.